All right, welcome back to On Texas Football. I'm CJ Vogel. A quick Junior Day recap, just a couple tidbits I wanted to throw out there. Jared Hamilton and myself were out there this afternoon as the recruits got to campus around noon. A number of them stuck around all the way throughout the afternoon and ended up sticking it to the first half of the Texas A&M basketball game as well. Two offers were extended. I'll touch on that briefly, but real quick. Much smaller Junior Day than what we become accustomed to over the last few years. Of course, that's what we believe to be the case and how things are trending in high school recruiting is, well, how many big game guys are you going to be after when obviously the portal takes precedent? And so about 50, 60 guys that I noticed at least. I don't know the official numbers, but that's kind of where my estimates were today, at least, having seen these guys arrive and then, of course, move over from the facility to the basketball game, around 50 or 60. Two offers were extended today. The first to Smithson Valley 2027 quarterback. That's Tyken Hudson. Look, that's a familiar name for folks over at On Texas Football. He was at the Texas-Arkansas game in late November. Now back on campus today and receives an offer. He and his family arrived from San Antonio this morning, and he is leaving back home with the offer in hand. If you know Texas recruiting at the quarterback position, an offer from Texas is very rare. So we'll see if that results in an immediate commitment, what that might mean for Knutson as well. But ultimately, that offer is significant. And then another offer to 2027 Richardson offensive lineman. That's Jasper Nguakwer, a 6'6", 300 pounds. He actually, the minute he stepped foot on campus, immediate offer. I believe he posted that offer about 1 o'clock, got to campus around noon. So that shows you just how quickly the offer was extended there. I will add this as well. Kasai Currie, the 5-star defensive lineman from Sierra Canyon, he said coming in to the week at Texas, loves Texas, big fan of the Longhorns. He said Richard Wesley was on the phone with them the week leading up to the visit, talking about kind of hyping up the visit. So good to know Richard Wesley has been on campus for about 2 weeks now. They're about a week and already starting to recruit his former Sierra Canyon prospects as well. I'll also add Montre Jackson, who earned a Texas offer earlier in January, was back on campus, 6'1". Said Texas is the number one team on his list at the moment. You'll hear from him coming up here in a minute as well. But look, high school recruiting is still going to be a big part of the puzzle here for the Longhorns. And they got a really talented group on campus, not to mention a trio of extremely talented North Crowley kids, Jerry Outhouse, Fats Houston, both 2027 defensive backs, and 2028 wide receiver Demarion Mays, who might end up being one of the better wide receiver prospects in all of the country for the 28 cycle as well. Number of really talented prospects. We'll also have you updated over at ontexasfootball.com. But until then, hear from a number of the top prospects on campus this afternoon. We'll have them take it away.
The scrimmage visit today. What were the highlights for you?
Really just seeing my boy Richard Wesley. You know, he just came out here and he was telling me about it over the phone a couple of days ago, and I just had to come and see it. So yeah.
Did you get to talk to Coach Muschamp, Coach Baker a little bit today?
Yeah, I talked to Coach Baker, Coach Alvin, and Coach Stark today. It was a great conversation.
What was their message overall for you?
Just saying that this is the best place for me. I'm gonna get developed, and everything I want is here.
It's super early, dude, but where does Texas kind of fit in big picture wise?
Texas is at the top of my thing right now, for sure. It's at the top of my list, yes, sir.
Any other schools will be up there with them?
LSU and Alabama.
Okay.
You have an idea when you might want to make a decision? I know it's early, but
maybe right after the OVs. I'll let y'all know.
sometimes in June.
Yeah.
Chances Texas gets an OV in June.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What's your relationship? Oh, my bad. What's your relationship like with Sark?
I just met him today. This is my first time meeting, my first time here. So it was great. It was like we met before.
Yeah.
So yes, sir.
First time at Austin?
Yes, sir.
What have you thought of City Vibes pretty good most other SEC campuses?
Yeah, it is. But it's I'm from Cali, so it looked just like Cali. But except for the weather, it's gonna be cold.
This visit, what were the highlights for you?
It was pretty good. Got a good conversation with Coach Stark. Finally got to talk to Coach Muschamp. Finally got that conversation.
What was that? He's new, I guess, back here. What was that like talking to Muschamp?
Just him telling me that I'm a priority and that I mean a lot to the program. What I can bring to the program.
Was that your first time meeting Coach
Yes,
Muschamp?
sir. Yes, sir.
You talked to him previously, I'm assuming?
Yes, sir.
a couple times.
A couple times on the phone, yes, sir.
You and I talked on the phone. I think you said like Texas was kind of a dream school even when you were growing up. I mean, where after today, you kind of seen things. Where does Texas stand for you?
It's probably definitely standing for my number one right now. Definitely leading my recruitment right now for sure. Yes, sir.
Who else would be kind of nipping at their heels?
Probably Oklahoma and Tennessee.
Montre, did you happen to ask him what took him so long?
No, sir.
We talked about that for a year.
Yes, sir.
We knew it was going to happen.
Yes, sir, for sure.
Put it in your words. What has Texas at number one?
Just the environment, the times I've been here, everybody just treating me like I'm family. Yes, sir.
What's the process for you? Do you want to take official visits before you make any kind of final decision? Or
Yes, sir.
How does this unfold?
Official visit will definitely be taken before I take a decision.
You know who all might be in consideration for officials?
Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, of course. A&M probably, SMU and Duke. That'll be probably it.
Fun trips.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. We had some conversations. He showed us how y'all Texas scheme is and everything like that, and how we like all the recruits through shit was how we all fit in the offense.
What do you think was the highlight of the trip, or has been so far?
When the coaches introducing themselves with the music and all that was pretty fun. That was funny and all that.
Yeah. Besides Coach Jackson, anyone else you get to chop it up with today? Any coaches?
Coach O, he want to play safety, so I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. He's kind of your secondary recruiter, right?
Yeah.
Behind Coach Jackson. Got it. What do you learn today? I know you've been down here a few times, even with or without the offer. Anything you pick up today that was new?
Really about the playbook, bro. It was just the playbook. Learn more about it. What Coach Jackson like receivers.
Yeah. Any other visits coming up anytime soon?
I'm either gonna be at SMU this week.
Got it.
Where are you right now in your recruitment? Pretty wide open still?
Yeah, it's wide open.
Okay.
Anyone talking to you about basketball yet, too?
Nah, not really, nah. But I really tell them I'm really focused on football though.
I got you. Any players you get to meet today or hang out around?
No, I ain't gonna see them.
I just like being in there and learning what all Texas football is all about. You know, great program, great coaching staff. I just like what they're doing here. So,
What's their message to you on today's visit?
their message, I would say, they're really about developing their players and trying to get to the next level. And that's what I like that about the school. And I just like that message. So.
Have they told you about a possible offer? They want to keep evaluating you.
Yeah, he said they're interested in me. They're excited about what I can improve on and just stuff like that. So,
What would that mean if they offered?
it would mean a lot to me because it's close to home. I love this university. I've been around here for all my life. So, my dad went here. So yeah.
Any other junior days coming up the rest of the month?
Not as of. I'm sure I'll end up going to some, but I don't have any right now. I'm playing, so.
You've been down here, this is about 3 or 4 times now?
Yeah, I think I came here for spring ball like two times, and I went for a game last year too. So
And Flood stopped by Trip the other day, right?
he did. Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
So, just basically waiting here for Texas offer. Is that kind of where we're at?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Just as time goes on, just improve and keep getting better. So that's what I'm focusing on.
Good deal.
Yes, sir.